Yes, I know, I did say I wasn't going to do another deep dive on a single Premiership game and do more of a summary in my next video, but I just couldn't help myself because I really enjoyed this one. Exeter 14, Bath 26, not because it was classic skillful rugby all the time, but I love the fact it was a smash and grab, West Country style, away win for Bath. And Bath, yes, they deserved it. I'm not saying they didn't, but Exeter will feel they absolutely balls that one up. They played some decent stuff, they got in some good positions, and they couldn't execute, and Bath made it such hard work for them. And then when the chances presented themselves, goodness me, Bath took them very quickly, and it took Exeter a long time to get anything going. They did get a few scores, but it's not enough. That is 5 points for an away win for Bath, nothing for Exeter. And these guys were rivals in the playoffs. They probably still are rivals technically, but that win could easily have put Exeter out of the playoffs and Bath firmly in it. So that was a massive game, no two ways about it. And that coach journey back up to Bath, up the M5, is just the right length to have a great time and go out if they want to afterwards. I don't know if professionals do that, but they should. I've made that journey myself on a coach from Exeter to Bath, just the right length, but always miserable if you've lost. So a great night for Bath. Is it a championship winning performance? Would you say that is the side that are going to win the Premiership? Well, probably no, but it was gritty, it was nasty, they can play a bit better. Exeter may not get to show their best in the playoffs if they can't convert. So into the game, and the first 20 minutes was pretty even, and you're thinking this game could go either way. Exeter try and outmuscle Bath, but they can't really, because Bath have some big boys as well. Alfie Barbary is a big unit. Ted Hill tackles like a train, as does Underhill, so they're not giving anything away. The scrums are pretty even, the kicking's pretty even. You're thinking it's a tight game. Exeter do have a couple of firecrackers in their back line. Josh Hodge, Fayewabusu, we did see some good stuff from them, but it didn't come to anything. That was the thing in this game. They created a lot, but couldn't get anything from it. We'll talk about those two in another video when we talk about all the pretenders to the England back three. All eyes on Alfie Barbary, of course. He is in the England frame again, and he is a huge guy. Is he going to be absolutely quick enough and agile enough to play international? I don't know if he'll be a starter, but as an impact maybe. But goodness me, he carries so hard, he shrugs people off, he just sucks players in, he tackles hard. A bit of me thinks, well, if he had stayed a hooker, maybe he'd be one of the best. I don't know if he's going to make it all the way as an 8. Maybe, maybe not. But goodness me, he was a hard man in this game. The kicking game was also really big for Bath. Exeter struggled to cope. Early on, it looked like Exeter actually might get a yellow card, or maybe even worse for Fayewabusu, as Muir lands on his head, but actually Fayewabusu is so quick, he did get up and challenge for the ball. Good work on the TMO there. The ref decided to overturn his original decision. I like it when refs aren't proud enough to say, yes, I made a mistake, I'll overturn it. So I quite like that as an aside. Bath, they're testing Exeter. They're moving the ball fairly well in this first half. You wouldn't say it's amazing attack. They're not cutting them apart, but they are moving them about, and it's hard work for Exeter. They're needing to realign all the time. Bath, of course, are without Finn Russell, and Bailey's a decent skills player, but he's not really bossing the game. Spencer stepped up big time in this game, and he organised pretty much everything, taking the lead on everything, goal kicking as well. Massive game from Spencer. I do hope he gets back into that England squad in the summer. But sheer weight of possession does make it tell for Bath, and they roll over with a really well executed line-out maul. Superb conversion from Spencer, and that's what Bath did all game. When they got the chance, they executed it. So it was tough going, but they got the try. Then on 32 minutes, a big moment in the match, because Exeter have an immediate chance to strike back, which seems right for that first half. That seemed fairly even. They get some good pick and go on the line, but Aaron Painter, with a really lazy obstruction, rules out a try for the young scrum half Cairns. Aaron Painter, a guy who I had put on the England radar, but that sort of thing, he's a bit too lumbery. I don't see the explosion there. So he's a big guy, but I'm not quite seeing it at an international level, and that was a lazy one there, and it could have been 7-0, but it's not, and that is the story of the game for Exeter. And Exeter are finishing the half with a really good spell of possession, a ridiculous interception from Slade, amazing picking the ball out of the hands of a big pod of 3 Bath forwards, and then some signs of creation from Hodge, and just not good enough with his decisions. Sometimes he doesn't give it when he should. Fayewabusu is there, and it wasn't given to him. And then just before halftime, a huge swing, because Exeter really should score. They're in good position, but Underhill saves the day with a turnover, and then just from a simple maul, Exeter don't protect the middle of them all. Charlie Hughes looks around, and say what you like about Charlie Hughes, he's a clever player. He just goes, there's no one behind me, so he breaks straight through the middle of them all, makes a lumbering break, a little bit of a sidestep and an offload, and we have Spencer on hand to score. So brilliant work from Spencer, great speed, but terrible line-out execution from Exeter. So they should be back at least 7-0, and now they're 0-14 down at half-time. So absolute killer period for Exeter. But after half-time, Exeter continue with the good play, the good build-up play, getting Fewabusu and Josh Hodds again onto the ball, causing havoc, but making errors. They can be livid at the end of this match, absolutely. But with 5 more minutes possession, Exeter finally make it click with by far their best try of the match. They move Bath around with quick phases, Devoto spots the extra man, it's Woodburn out wide, lovely over the top pass, much better 7-14, but they just can't kick on. A little note I made here about Quinn Rue, who's playing for Bath, hasn't started many, and I don't think he's going to start many again. He's trying to put it about, prove a point, but he just looks like a bit of a thug, to be honest. I'm not sure what you think, but not seeing it from him. Of course, he played a couple for Ireland, trying to be that enforcer. Just not quite high enough quality, I don't think, there. Anyway, 48 minutes, Exeter seem to be on a mission to lose this match. It's just a speculative grubber through from Ajomu, and the scrum half Cairns makes a complete mess of it, and Ajomu says thank you very much, picks up his own kick and scores the try. Then another try on the next play from another speculative kick, which this time is fumbled by Ollie Woodburn, and it's try time for Miles Reed. So absolute carnage for Exeter, just killing themselves here. That Monday morning game review is going to be so painful. They're not going to look forward to that. So it's 7-26, and Exeter were kind of playing well in the beginning of that second half as well. They continue to do okay, put together some nice attacks, going from deep this time because they know they have to push it. We've got the young centre, Zach Wimbush, on again, and this guy is a freak of a player. I think he's got a big future. And eventually Exeter do muscle it close, but big tackles from Bath like men possess. They know they've got a great away win on the cards. Barbary turns it over a couple of metres out. Exeter just livid. They can't execute. They needed to score then, but they couldn't. Exeter are dominating possession, and eventually it does work, but there's only 9 minutes to go, so 14-26. So in some ways it feels like Bath have been hanging on for a lot of this match, but goodness me, they hang on very well. Some big old tackles from the likes of Ted Hill. He is super quick for a 6. Clever kicking from Ben Spencer. They're just relentless, and Exeter getting more and more desperate. You wouldn't say that Bath look like Premiership winners, like I said, but what heart, what fight. That's the way to get an away win against a side that threatened to play quite well. Smash and grab, back up the M5, thank you very much. We're probably in the playoffs, Exeter may be out of them. So 14-26, Bath take that bonus point win. Love to know what you guys think of that match. If you like these sorts of videos, there's a bit of a focus on the Premiership, then do subscribe, do like. That would be amazing, and I'll catch you next time.